Welcome to a journey through the splendor of Italian style, where centuries of heritage are reimagined with modern grandeur. In today's video, we explore how timeless architecture, artisanal traditions, and decadent details harmonize with sleek sophistication to create homes that are not only luxurious but deeply storied. Italian opulence begins with history, layered and lavish. From Roman ruins to Renaissance palaces, Italian style carries the weight of empire and artistry. In decor, this translates to richness in materials, intricate details, and a love for timeless beauty that honors the past while embracing the now. Italian-inspired homes often begin with the bones, limestone, travertine, and aged terracotta. These materials not only evoke ancient villas but also age gracefully, gaining character over time. Vaulted ceilings, archways, and rustic beams are not mere decoration, they're echoes of historical architecture reborn. Grandeur is not shy in Italian design. Think soaring ceilings, oversized fireplaces, and sweeping staircases. The scale is bold, but never gaudy. It's a confident nod to aristocratic lineage, designed to impress without overwhelming. Rooms breathe with spaciousness and history, each with a regal stance. In grand Italian estates, the ceilings often tell stories, literally. Frescoes of angels, mythic tales, or pastoral scenes bring an ethereal dimension. Today, modern murals echo that charm, blending traditional artistry with contemporary palettes for walls that speak volumes. Gold has long been a symbol of Italian luxury, from church altars to noble estates. In modern homes, gilt-framed mirrors, gold leaf accents, and brushed brass fixtures bring a refined shimmer. Used sparingly, these touches elevate the space without overpowering it. Carrara, Calacatta, Statuario. Italian marble is legendary. Whether it's a floor, a fireplace, or a waterfall kitchen island, marble injects instant elegance. Its cool tones and dramatic veining strike a balance between classical majesty and sleek modernism. Not all Italian luxury is palatial. The Tuscan farmhouse aesthetic offers rustic charm with refined edges. Think terracotta floors, sun-washed walls, wrought iron chandeliers, and weathered wood beams. Its warmth wrapped in elegance, perfect for those seeking grounded opulence. From the canals of Venice comes a moodier aesthetic, luxurious, layered, and rich in texture. Deep velvets, Murano glass, brocade drapes, and jewel-toned palettes evoke a sense of romantic secrecy. These interiors tell stories of masked balls and candlelit corridors. Historically, the salon was a space for conversation, music, and art. In today's home, it becomes the formal living room. Elegant seating arrangements, curated art walls, and a grand piano or antique cabinet give the space intellectual and social charm. Sculpture has always played a role in Italian design. Busts, statues, and reliefs add dimension and drama. Whether it's a marble Venus or a modern reinterpretation, sculpture invites movement and history into the room, art you can walk around and live with. first impressions count. Italian entryways often feature mosaic floors, Corinthian columns, and oversized mirrors. A crystal chandelier or antique lantern light sets the tone, welcoming guests with both gravitas and grace. An Italian dining room is never purely functional. It's ceremonial. A massive wooden table, carved chairs, and an antique hutch speak to hospitality. Overhead, a Murano glass chandelier glows, while fine linens and hand-painted ceramics complete the sense of ritual. In Italy, the kitchen is the soul of the home. A blend of rustic and refined, think handmade tiles, brass hardware, and open shelves displaying ceramics passed down generations. Even with modern appliances, there's always a nod to time-honored tradition. The Italian bedroom is both romantic and regal. Canopy beds, damask linens, and curved wooden headboards transport you to a bygone era. Accent with silk curtains and antique nightstands for a space that's sensual, serene, and steeped in old-world drama. Luxury bathrooms inspired by Roman baths use marble, mosaic, and warm lighting to evoke serenity. Freestanding tubs, brass fittings, and arched alcoves recreate the atmosphere of an ancient retreat, where bathing is not routine, but ritual. Italian lighting tells a story, often handmade, always opulent. From iron sconces to glass chandeliers, lighting is treated as sculpture. In modern spaces, Italian lighting remains artisanal but refined, offering ambience that's both historic and high-end. Patterned tile, herringbone wood, or checkerboard marble, Italian floors add artistry underfoot. Even the most minimalist spaces gain soul through flooring rooted in tradition, whether polished or aged, sleek or textured. Italian decor isn't afraid to let walls speak. Whether through textured plaster, vintage wallpaper, or art-filled gallery walls, there's always depth. Modern homes may opt for subtle wall treatments, but the heritage of storytelling through walls remains. Antique armoires, carved sideboards, leather club chairs. Italian furniture carries patina, presence, and purpose. Blending pieces across centuries, Baroque to Bauhaus, creates rooms that feel collected, not contrived. Italian design loves a layered look, velvet over linen, wood over marble, art over mirror. Every piece has a partner, every texture has a counterpoint. This complexity creates warmth and character even in the most modern of homes. Outdoor spaces in Italian homes feel as intentional as the interiors. A marble fountain, terracotta pots, olive trees, and wrought iron furniture create garden rooms that invite slow living and alfresco dining under trailing vines. Drapery in Italian decor is never an afterthought. Full-length curtains, often in silk or damask, frame tall windows and add elegance. In modern updates, Roman shades in old-world fabrics provide privacy with poetic softness. Long corridors become curated journeys, lined with art, sculpture, or tapestries. Lighting creates rhythm and focus, turning transitional spaces into moments of beauty. Even the in-between deserves elegance in an Italian-inspired home. Ochre, sage, sienna, and deep sapphire, these colors come from frescoes and fields. In modern homes, they appear in muted tones or bold accents, always grounded in natural beauty and centuries of artistic tradition. Italian homes reflect personal history. Collections of books, ceramics, art, and antiques give rooms depth. Whether curated over years or styled with intention, these vignettes whisper stories and ground modern spaces in emotional heritage. What makes Italian modern fusion magical is its embrace of contrast. Renaissance art over minimalist sofas. Antique chandeliers in sleek kitchens. This interplay of eras is not clash, it's conversation. And it's uniquely Italian. Even in high-concept designs, the soul of Italian style endures. Concrete and glass may shape the structure, but it's the inclusion of travertine, handcrafted detail, and artistic flair that gives the space life, linking the future to the past. Italian decor isn't about perfection, it's about passion. There's feeling in every curve, texture, and imperfection. From worn leather to gilded edges, the focus is less on trends and more on telling a story with depth, drama, and heart. Old World Opulence isn't about recreating a museum. It's about honoring legacy while living fully and beautifully in the present. Italian heritage offers endless inspiration, be it through material, mood, or memory. In blending past with present, we find a new kind of luxury, soulful, storied, and unforgettable.